You know what I'm up here thinking about as we are on this journey of confidence? If you haven't already pre-ordered the book, it's on the Robin. Oh wait, well yeah, you can go on therobinboynton.live and it'll pull up my links and you can pre-order the book there. But if you go on theboyntonacademy.com, that is where the book is, because that link is only going to take you there. And I was thinking about how God guided me here. I'm like, Lord, there's a whole world out there, but I don't know how to get to that world. And then I'm like, but you've gotten me this far, so I know it'll be you that takes me further. And I was thinking about confidence. I'm like, I remember being on the plane going to New Jersey in faith for this job at Toyota. I got on the plane, child. In fact, I was thinking about Dallas overall in the first 2 episodes of my journey there, but I'm thinking about the rest of them. How he provided for me. I was able to stay at that place, the Marriott, and it was like the next week or so, one of the managers was gonna let me come and stay with them, but I know God didn't want me there because of how that dynamic was. He didn't. And so it was kind of, I felt like I messed it up because I actually did something that got me in trouble at another Marriott property, and they ended up calling that property and I went ghost. And I ran to Fort Worth, Texas, because I was scared it was going to come for me, child. But he was doing a whole bunch of hurrah, threatening me. It wasn't real. Like, literally, this man was so evil. But I don't even want to get into him. I don't want to turn into that. Get to Fort Worth. Sleeping in Dickey Stadium. Doing these insta work jobs. Then I decided to go to the Renaissance Hotel. I thought I would be able to check in. It happened once before that I didn't have to pay for the stay, but they gave me my mobile key. I'm like, hopefully they give me my mobile key and I'll be able to go in and access my room. Here's another catch. I got there and it wouldn't work. But I'm like, eventually they're gonna clear all the mobile keys and it'll pop up and I can access my room. And I had booked like a month or so there, 2 week stay, I don't know. I had went and I was in like the area of the reception hall or something. I preached like a whole sermon up in there. And then my stupid curious self, I went out and they had like this patio area. I thought I could tiptoe out there and get back in. Why I thought that, I don't know. I tried to get back in, couldn't get in, didn't have no key. I tried every door out there and not a single door would work. I ended up having to go down this fire emergency exit. I feel like they were watching me the whole time because I went in, so I went down like this emergency exit, but it was no alarm triggered. I'm on the side of the road. Mind you, my stuff is still inside the building, so we couldn't give up that easy. I go into the parking deck, the parking garage, and I enter the building there. Takes me back up to where the reception rooms are, whatever it's called, the ballrooms, whatever the case. Renaissance Renaissance Fort Worth, Texas. The Renaissance Hotel, I think that's what it's called, and it'll make sense to you. I go in there, I get my stuff. I think that's what I'm doing. No, I don't get my stuff. I think I'm just walking when I get off the elevator, the stairs, can't quite remember. Then security comes and says, hey, what's up? Who are you? What's going on? And they're like, yeah, we saw you on the camera. And as soon as you saw the camera, you looked shocked. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a resident. What room are you staying in? And I knew my room on my reservation. I couldn't check in because I couldn't pay for it, but I did have the reservation. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, have a good night, Mr. Boynton. And they turned and they walked away. I said, oh, it's time to go. I went into the reception area. I grabbed my stuff. And as soon as I'm like walking towards the door coming out, they're coming in saying, hey. Come here. I don't know if he said, come here, boy. You lied to me. And he said, if you ever come around here again, I'll make sure you go to jail or something, he said. So rude. But can you blame him? He was nice to me when he thought I was actually a person in the hotel. But once I was just a homeless person trying to get up in his property, then he turned. So I can't really blame him for how he was talking to me. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? I was trespassing. I was doing what I had no business doing. It was the worst experience of my life. It was so embarrassing. It was so degrading. I never felt that small. And then I had to walk past all these people to get out. Talk about strength, baby. And maybe that's not big to y'all because y'all ain't never been there. But man, I've never been that low. Like, oh wow, you are like really, I'm homeless. I am in that pit. You're right, I shouldn't be in here. I need to be under the bridge with everybody else. And so I walk out this hotel and I go over to this A-loft. And I'm at the A-loft trying to check in, same thing, but this time I was supposed to get paid. I was going to get paid and it would have been enough to check into the A-loft, but my check didn't hit when I thought it would, which is good because it would have been a wasted stay. It would have took like more than half my check and would have been stupid. So I was there, I waited. They said, you're gonna have to go outside. I went outside. I left my Coach bag inside. I said, all right, my bag is gonna stay behind the counter. I am a Marriott Bonvoy member. Please don't play with me. I will report you and call on you. Just cause I ain't checked in yet, don't mean I ain't never, okay? And I went outside and I'm sitting on the side of the road and I'm just worshiping. I'm like, God, here I am. I still trust you. I still believe you. Sitting outside that hotel in Fort Worth. It's homeless people there. But I'm just like worshiping and I was singing to him and I believed in him still. Eventually hours passed and my check hit, but I'm like, it don't make sense to get a room at this hotel. Like, I don't even want to be here anymore because y'all had me wait outside. That is so rude to me. So I got my stuff and I left. And I think I was battling with going to New Jersey for the interview at this time. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And so I think I got a hotel at the Marriott, cheap or something like that, for a night or 2 nights, something like that, yeah. And the next thing you know, I ended up getting on a plane. Bought my ticket to go to New Jersey. I'm on this plane, and this is what really got to me and almost made me start crying. And where I was sitting, this man gives this family a blanket. And he goes and he asks, do you want one too? I said, sure. That blanket ended up being my cardigan for my interview. I didn't have any interview attire. I didn't know what I was gonna wear, what I was gonna do. I was just gonna wing it and say, here I am. But God literally gave me that blanket. And I went into that interview homeless, broke, raggedy. I had on these old Nike jogging pants that were joggers, so they were tight around my ankle, and I had a scram on. A scram detects alcohol in your blood, in your sweat, because I was DWI, not supposed to be drinking. I have this big scram on my ankle and nothing to hide it with. I've got these joggers. I've got a regular shirt on, like a black shirt or a blue shirt, I don't know. I have these Nikes on, and the pants I think were even my ex's. No, I don't think it was those pants. I think I had a different pair of pants on for the interview. And I had on these Nikes, busted Nikes, my Coach bag, but the cardigan pulled it all together. Because upon just first glance, unless you're really looking close, all you're gonna see is cardigan, blue, okay, cute, matching Coach bag. People not really looking at the shoes. That's only like Black people that really care about the details like that. And I can't really speak for white people, I'm not, so I don't know what y'all really do for real, but I know for sure that Black people are the only ones that look at labels like, oh, that's what you're wearing, that's what you got on, oh, you must be broke, oh, we're known for doing stuff like that because of our culture and of course everything we've been through, blah, blah, blah. And so I made it to my interview, I'm sitting down, shoulders up at the table, that's all they could see was me. It was embarrassing. I was so scared, but baby, I held my weight. I walked out that interview. I walked up to the reception desk. They're like, did we pay for your travel? Did we pay for your stay? I'm like, no. I didn't know where I was gonna stay that night or what I was gonna do. They said, we're gonna get you a room at the Hyatt House in Jersey City, right across from New York City. I could see it. They asked if I wanted to upgrade the room. They didn't ask this, but when I got to the property, they were like, to get a city view, it was another $100 upgrade. And I didn't want to be extra. I should have did it. And baby, trust, I've learned. It's the company card, that $100, Toyota has that $100, okay? They got that. I should have did it, but I didn't want to be that person because they approved room charges and maybe food charges as well. She's like, you can have like, $50 on food, nothing too crazy, but enjoy yourself, get something good. And I was like, thank you. I didn't know where I was gonna go, what I was gonna do. And I'm just thinking about how God really guided me and showed me the way. And if we can remember how far God has brought us, if we can look back over our life and everything we've been through, we wouldn't be so scared about what we're headed to and where we're going. I'm like, God, I don't know how to go into all the world. Like, yeah, we sit here behind a camera and we're reaching the whole world, literally. But my feet isn't out there. And I don't know how to make my feet get out there. I don't know. Somebody said on live last night, Sarah Jakes Roberts is coming to South Africa. We need you to come to South Africa. I said, Sarah Jakes Roberts has a coin. Okay. And even, listen, even if she didn't, they're paying her to come there. I said, it's a little bit different for me. Okay. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Okay. I don't know how to get there. And I'm like, I don't want to be the reason that I don't. Like, God is expecting so much from me. But that ain't even my story. That's not what got me here. I do my little 1-2 when God tells me to. I put my one foot in front of the other. But really, it's all Him that brings it together at the end of the day. And I know all of us have that testimony, do we not? That had it not been for the Lord who's been by our side, who knows where we'd be today? That's my confession. That's my truth. And I trust Him to keep carrying me as He's carried me all the way from Hyatt House. I had to check out. I said, all right, Lord. I said, I'm going to go to New York City and we're going to figure it out. Literally, I went to New York City. And what I never told y'all, I say always that I met someone at Times Square. Like I randomly met someone. We connected on this dating app and we ended up being cool. Dating didn't work because of my faith. It was a boy, obviously. He was like, you're so perfect. You're just a Christian. And that did it. And I said, okay, baby, good. If that's the reason, I'm glad we don't have to be together. And God literally set that up so I could just have a place to stay. And we were friends, we were cool, and it was bomb. And it was no friends with benefits, nothing. We never did nothing like that. How crazy is that? But we met on a dating site. God set that up because there are people who will make you sell your soul, sell your body for stuff like that. And that did not happen. And I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. And so I'm like, wow, God has really been guiding me and carrying me, connecting me with the right people. I don't even know how I got the Toyota job. And I'm like, I'm only here by His grace, by His mercy and His guidance. And that's enough to keep me confident, to keep me calm and sure about what's to come. And I hope the same applies to you. I hope that you look back over your life and where you've come and how far God has brought you. And because of that, you find the confidence to keep moving forward. Confidence in its initial flow starts with Christ. When we are confident in who He is and what that means for us, it makes us confident in ourselves. And when you're confident in yourself, there's nothing you can't do. And then you'll start being confident in everything else. Because all things work for good to those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. Just believe God, man. My book, Unshakeable Confidence, is available now. Go on theboyntonacademy.com. I love you. And I look forward to seeing you soon.